So, welcome to the video. As you'll see, we did get some practice footage. Unfortunately, for the feature race, the cameras malfunctioned again. I guess I forgot to hit record on my one front camera, and the back camera I'm going to have to check to find out why it is cutting out before we even get out on the track. It looks like it records up till then and then just cuts out. So there won't be any feature footage, but we will have front footage from both heat races. Pretty much we fought the same issue all day long, where we seem to have found some speed, especially compared to where we normally sit at Flamborough. And with regards to the front runners, I think most of practice we were basically 0.3 to about 0.5 off the leader. So I'm going to double check race monitor here real quick, just to make sure. Okay, so I just double checked. We were finding speed as the day went along, and until our second feature, pretty much, not our second feature, sorry, our second heat race, and then we seemed to lose even more time in the actual race, so not sure exactly what happened. Everyone else looks like they had picked up speed, so we went from about 4.5 off of the pace to about 0.6, which is a little disappointing to see, with how the car felt like it was handling. But I guess that happens. So going into that, Heat 1, we started 4th place with 2 of the 3 fastest cars pretty much in Ontario. And drivers when it comes to asphalt racing, starting 1-2 right in front of us. We were able to get out to 3rd place and watch their battle, as they were side by side for the majority of the race, but unfortunately they were able to pull away, mostly because of their cornering. It seemed like on power I was even with them, but getting through the corners, they were getting through the corners a lot better than what I was. Heat 2, we started outside pole. We got the jump and got to the front, but those 2 were starting pretty much 3rd and 4th, so right behind me. And unfortunately, given the fact that I couldn't get through the corners as well as they could, they did eventually get around me, fairly quickly actually. That, and we were helping my buddy get his car set up, so I didn't get a chance to double check to make sure my setup was right on my car and that nothing changed with the heat cycle, so I think that did hurt the handling of the car a bit and the speed. So then leads into the feature race, where, like I said, I was a little surprised just to see that we really lost quite a bit of time, where the leaders had picked up time to 16.5. 16.6, just short of the 16.6 was our fastest laps, and we ran a 17.2, just over a 17.2, so that was disappointing to see, especially with that being one of my slowest fast laps of the day, so I'm not too sure what happened there, but we started the feature in 7th place, and wound up pretty much, not pretty much, we would have wound up finishing right there. We went down a lap, about lap 24 or 25, 26, somewhere around there. And the only yellow came out on about lap 30 to 31 of the 35 lap feature. So overall, there wasn't, nothing much was missed when it comes to the cameras, when it comes to racing, because I basically got into section of track by myself where there was really no one behind me and nobody in front of me, so that kind of hurts to see the times and how slow we ended up, especially with the gains that I felt like we were making. on that day, but yes, that happens. Things cooled off, others picked up speed, and unfortunately, which actually kind of just makes sense, as it cooled off, it would have tightened up the car, which would have made basically my issue getting through the corner a little bit worse. So that was pretty much the difference between the faster cars and my car and the heats, and really in the feature was I had to slow down so much to get the car to rotate about middle of the corner, where they were not having to slow down as much, so they were getting like a car length, half a car length to a car length on me just in that little section alone. Which, as I'm coming off of the corner, this thing seemed to have the car had lots of power, stayed with them, but I'm giving up a car length, like half a car length on entry, and then another half to a full car length in the middle of the corner. It adds up over time. But hopefully once we go to Flamborough this weekend, we'll be there for kids' ride night. We'll hopefully be able to get this thing to turn a little bit better. As I said, the handling did feel a fair bit better. And between me getting used to the car, us somewhat dialing in a setup, and the old tires is what could be costing us right now. Some of it could be setup issue, others can be driver related, but right now, like I said on the pre-race video, we are running on about, the tires, when we picked them up, the guy had done about 70 laps on them. So 50 lap race and probably 2 10-lap practices. And then we've run, we ran practice day, and then, 5 race days on them. So you're looking probably about 300 plus laps on these tires, and from what I've been told, with the tire that we run, every 50 laps you lose 0.1 of a second roughly. So that could be doing a lot with our handling woes. Once we get the new rubber on, it might change, might not. We won't know till we can get the new rubber on. Then I have to make calls because I do want to change out these rims because a lot of them seem to be bent. I'll get new rims, get new tires put on, and then go from there. I don't really want to put the new tires on too early because I want to keep them for the 67 lap race up in Peterborough at the end of the year on Thanksgiving long weekend. So that weekend ends up being a fairly long weekend. It's a 3-day weekend for us where we're on track all 3 days. We have practice Friday. I think there's 2 practices, then our first heat. Saturday would be another practice and then a second heat. And then Sunday is just the feature races, with Monday being an optional day if one of those 3 days get rained out, which, with it being early October, is a high probability because it normally does get rained. So that's where I want to keep my good tires for, especially with it being 67 laps. I want good rubber throughout. I don't want to wear out tires like I did the first time that I actually was able to compete up there. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and the week prior video should hopefully be out now too, so hopefully you enjoyed both those videos. Hopefully we're able to figure something out, Flamborough, and I can hopefully get that back camera working properly again. If you like this video, please give it a like. Also, to help out, it helps the channel out because the more likes on the video, the more likelihood YouTube is to recommend it to other people that are looking at race videos. And stay up to date with the team, just don't forget to subscribe as well. And I think that's pretty much it for this time. I will have the pre-race video come out about Friday again for leading into our weekend at, our weekend down at Flamborough Speedway for kids ride night. So, until then, have a good one. Bye.